Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Online here. Welcome back to another video, guys. And as you guys can see by the title of the video, I did manage to get Horizon Zero Dawn early, and so far I'm not fully into the game yet, so this is going to be kind of my semi, early impressions of the game, but I'm decently into the game. The reason I'm saying it's kind of early because this is an open world action RPG kind of game, so obviously you need to sink a lot of hours into the game to get a full review on it. As of filming this video, I am 6 hours into the game, so I think I have a pretty well understanding on what this game is so far, and yeah, so with that being said, expect my full review on the game later this week, probably like near Thursday or Friday, after I've been able to play most of this game. And yeah, guys, with that being said, let's get right into my impressions of the game. Now, first off, this game is completely amazing. Now, you guys saw my top 10 games I'm looking forward to of 2017, and Horizon wasn't really at top there because I had some worries about the game, like the combat and just the story. I felt like this could be just a regular RPG that I wouldn't really care for, but two of those things have probably been the strongest in the game. The gameplay is really, really good. In fact, I actually like the gameplay a lot more than most games out there, and this is like a game when I saw the footage that I didn't really, it didn't really seem that fun, besides the 1v1 robot encounters, which is actually phenomenal. That's like the best part of this game. It's truly, really amazing. But yeah, navigating the world and just fighting these corrupted machines are probably my highlight of this game. Just the way that you encounter these robot machines and find their weaknesses and where to strike, and also, if you use a flaming arrow and if you just use a regular arrow, and also setting traps. It's really, really fun. I can say though that fighting humans is not the best in this game. It is a little bit clunky, but it still is really, really good and really, really satisfying, and ultimately, it fits my needs for this game. But there is a little bit weird, especially in the stealth that this game can offer, and yeah. Besides that, some of the cons I've noticed in the game are just the animations a little bit, but other than that, nothing really too serious. This game honestly is pretty polished, and the world is amazing. The graphics on this game are insane. I'm not the one to really like graphics much or notice a difference much. I could say without a doubt this is the best looking game I've probably played, and definitely on the PS4 at the moment. And if you guys thought the Order 1886 looked good, this game looks really, really good. Now, I'm not talking about facial models. The facial models in this game are really good, but they're not, at Naughty Dog standpoint, or Order 1886, which was really, really good. This game does have really good like weather effects and really good like a sun element when the sun's shining on your character. Just the textures on the world and just everything makes it really realistic, and it's crazy how you can just go around this whole world and it's pretty much seamless and just looks this good. It's kind of like a technical marvel, to be honest. Now, going on to my other thing I was worried about this game before going in was the story. Now, I can say without a doubt the story is a lot better than most people are expecting in this game. I think you guys know what the whole story is about just by seeing the trailer, or at least it kind of hints towards that. But honestly, the story kind of shocked me by how it kind of gripped me from the very beginning. You do play as her as a little girl, so there is that. I think you've seen that from the trailers and all. I'm not probably going to show footage of it at all, just because some people don't want to be spoiled about that kind of stuff, but it does set it up for a really, really good game, and it has a really good foundation there. And honestly, the game opens up really, really strong and just gets better from there. Now, let's talk about the skill tree. Now, the skill tree is honestly one of the most surprising elements of the game. You kind of get these skill points where you can honestly, it's kind of like a traditional, skill tree. And there's 3 different categories. You can be a harvester, it's going to cater towards more of being a gatherer and crafter. Now, on top of that, there's also things like climbing and different, stealth, different upgrades you can do to make yourself more of a stealthy kind of Aloy player. And honestly, the game feels different when you upgrade these things. A lot of these things I've used, like when you jump in the middle of the air and you aim your bow, it does go into slow motion if you bought a certain skill for that. I don't see myself unlocking all these anytime soon, probably not until I beat the game, like 30 hours plus or so, which is honestly a really good sign. The biggest thing that Horizon does for me is a lot of people complain about PlayStation exclusive being single player only, and you're only going to get like a 12-hour adventure from them like Uncharted 4. There's no reason for a lot of people to pick this game up when it shows elements of like Naughty Dog type of games with story elements, and also combining it with a 30-hour RPG like game. It's honestly crazy, and it's honestly crazy how Guerrilla made this. As I said, it's a technical marvel, and I can't wait to play more of this game. It's going to be great playing through this world for the next 20 or so hours. Now, as you guys can see by the map, I think there's been pictures leaked and stuff. The game is pretty big. I did play about 5 hours, and I noticed I was only kind of like in the main area, which is like 1/5 of the map. Now, that's kind of crazy just based on how big this map is. But then as I did go to my 6th hour, I kind of traveled, just to see what other, encounters I could see in the world. And man, the world's a lot dangerous than it is in the very beginning. I thought I was getting really good at just taking down these small robotic dinosaurs. And once I got outside the gates and outside to the real world where it's not as protected, as you guys know from that E3 demo, that big T-Rex kind of like thing, I think it's called like the Thunderjaw or something like that. I did encounter one of those on the way to one of the communities, and man, I did not want to encounter that thing. I probably should have done that just to see what would happen, but I knew I was going to get immediately wrecked by that thing. So yeah, the different types of enemies you encounter in this game are pretty good. I wouldn't say there's too many variations, but there definitely is quite a variation that always roll into new enemies at least up to where I'm at right now. And there even are some aerial creatures, as you guys probably saw some hints from in the trailer. And yeah, it's just awesome to see that the different kind of wildlife, just robotic, and yeah, there's a lot of different mixtures of things. I even saw like a big crocodile kind of moving in the water. Did not want to cross that, but yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, as I said earlier, this game is an RPG kind of game, open world, and I've seen a lot of different, like, you know, little games that I've loved, you know, sprinkled throughout this game. Guerrilla really took inspiration. It's kind of crazy that Guerrilla made this game, because Guerrilla's known for making a FPS, you know, Killzone, and just seeing how they went to an RPG is probably like the biggest transition I've seen a game developer go. You know, at its core. From what they're trying to do, they pretty much nailed this immediately. I'm surprised how, you know, it just took one game for them to really do well, and I think this is the best. This is easily Guerrilla's best work. And honestly, I didn't have any interest in Killzone, but this game, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this game got like in the 90s on Metacritic and stuff. This game's really well made and polished. Now, going back into the elements I saw, the side quests in this game are pretty good. They're not that good. I've heard of like Witcher 3 kind of, you know, style of the game. You know, there is that, you know, want to go to the main missions, because that's where you're gonna get the best encounters, the best story, and ultimately the more memorable parts of the game. So there is that kind of, you know, a need to go to those parts of the game, but there is pretty good side quests. Nothing too out of the ordinary, but they are pretty good, and I could see myself just playing an hours, just playing the side quest in this beautiful world. And just, I think you guys seen some of them from the early impressions of the game, but you know, they vary from like hunting something to find a guy that's, you know, suicidal and just trying to calm him down. And you know, you could see different, you know, elements sprinkled in. I've seen like some of that examination when you have the focus and, you know, you go into that vision mode. It kind of feels like Batman, the Arkham series, as well as when you're examining things, you know, kind of like a detective. I've also noticed, you know, the dialogue trees are much like an RPG kind of thing, kind of like Telltale, you know, do different actions to improve on your character, like if you want to be more of a heartwarming character or more of a brutal, you know, just I'm gonna kick your ass kind of character. But yeah, and it leaves it up to the player to portray Aloy how they want. But yeah, ultimately, am I having fun in this game? Hell yeah. And this world is just completely immersive by how the graphics look. Like, this is honestly like a big jump to PS3. A lot of people said Uncharted 4 had the best graphics, but honestly, not compared to this game. I think this game looks really beautiful. I think there are even mentions on Twitter that this game even has ants climb on the tree. Yeah, even more of a reason this game is like a technical marvel. But yeah, those are kind of like my early impressions of the game. I also noticed some other things, like the climbing is kind of like Uncharted. The bow shooting physics are kind of like Tomb Raider. And yeah, so is this game perfect? Not necessarily, but it's definitely a well-polished game to maybe even overlook the flaws, to possibly even be like close to a 10 score in the future. Now, obviously, I'm not even close to finishing the game, but just based on the fundamentals of the game and how the game works in terms of gameplay, before even getting to more gadgets, which is going to be insane. Yeah, I'm just really addicted to this game right now, and I really want to play more. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if to a lot of people this past Uncharted 4. This game's amazing, and honestly, the gameplay in this game is really fun. Now, obviously, you know, personally, would it pass Uncharted 4 for me? Who knows? I guess I just have to, you know, play the game to pass it. But man, if you guys are looking to buy Horizon Zero Dawn next week, I definitely would highly recommend you so far. Again, if you guys want to wait for my review, that's totally fine. That's going to be coming up around Friday or Thursday, depending on when I beat the game. But am I having fun in this game? Yes, I am. And I can't wait to play more. And yeah, if you guys are only thinking this is an RPG, they do have those cutscene-like things, and the story's pretty, you know, hooking, like kind of like the Naughty Dog games, but maybe not that hooking. But there is definitely those story elements where it definitely feels like a linear game, and it's awesome to see those two things mixed in. Honestly, it takes the best things from a lot of great games and makes it into one complete polished package. And I guess that's how I'd summarize it. But yeah, guys, that has been my early impressions of Horizon Zero Dawn. As you guys can see, I really like this game a lot, and I hope you guys give it a chance. I think I need to say that at all, because I think a lot of you guys are wanting to play this game. And yeah, that's my early impressions of Horizon Zero Dawn, and yeah, I can't wait to review this game and see how it gets from here, and I just really want to play more of this game, so I guess that's a good sign. But yeah, guys, I've been online. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys are enjoying your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.